Before anything, let me just say, man, this episode was difficult to make, and not because I can't think of anything to say, but because narrowing it down to just 10 is next to impossible. Even coming up with a title was a challenge. To be honest, I almost went with 10 reasons Japan is the best freaking country on the planet, or 10 reasons I should be googling how to migrate to Japan right now. This country is proof that size doesn't matter. Really. Despite being but a tiny strip of islands, Japan ranks as the third most visited country in Asia and the 9th top tourist earner in the world. And we're here to explain just why. Welcome back to Watch Canon, the authority on all things mind-blowing. Before we start, make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons and hit the notification bell for more awesome videos. In today's episode, we're taking you on a trip to one of the most extraordinary countries to have ever existed as we list down the top 10 reasons Japan should be on your bucket list. Starting off with number 10. Japanese festivals. Japan's festivals are far from the famous Western festivals that are mostly about ear-shattering music, weird outfits, and getting drunk. Their festivals are filled with so much artistic heritage and cultural depth. It's impossible not to appreciate it all once you experience it. Japan holds festivals to celebrate everything from gods and spirits to something as simple as flower viewing. During summer, colorful Matsuri festivals happen all over Japan, with enormous floats, spectacular parades, and fireworks shows to pay tribute to legendary historical events and the deities in town shrines. In autumn, they have flower viewing or hanami festivals that are not as famous among foreigners but drive a lot of internal tourism in the country. If you happen to go there during their winter months, they have a snow and ice festival in Sapporo that will put even Elsa's castle to shame. But Japan's most famous festivals are the ones that happen early to mid-April, during which their cherry blossoms transform the entire country. People gather in huge, flowery fields to have picnics and celebrate life and nature. Just a quick tip, if you plan to go to Japan for their spring hanami, you're gonna want to plan ahead of time. And we mean ahead, because their hotels are often fully booked a year early during this season. Next up at number 9. All things tech. One word. Toilets. Okay, hear me out on this one. Advanced technology is in full display literally everywhere you go. Even in the lavatory, Japan's toilets are some of the most hygienic and advanced ones you'll ever use. I mean, sure, they may need a bit of getting used to, but once you learn how to use them, it's gonna turn your regular trips to the bathroom into a high-tech experience. Japan is without a doubt a leader in innovation and technology. With its futuristic capsule hotels that include futuristic tablets, its hybrid vehicles, and the cool robotic exhibitions at Miraiken. Heck, they've even got a 60-foot moving Gundam. Now that's impressive. At number 8, the bullet train. Yes, hundreds of tourists visit Japan just to experience the bullet train, known locally as the Shinkansen, and why not? You don't have to be a rail fan to be impressed by the fact that they've had this nearly perfect transit system for 5 decades now. When bigger, more developed countries don't even have one yet. And when we say nearly perfect, we mean 0 injuries or fatalities over its 50-year history. Maximum speeds of 200 miles per hour and a record low of 6 seconds in their average departure delay time all year long in 2010. Talk about punctuality. And it's not just the Shinkansen. Their airports boast a reputation for being clean and on time. Even their buses, ferry boats, and taxis are known to be spotless, inexpensive, and easy to find. Japan sure knows how to get around. At number 7. The food. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Their food is not just drool-worthy, they're also cuter than your puppy. If you ever watch any Japanese animes or movies, you have seen just how insanely good their food is, and that's one of the things that these animes get accurately. Japanese chefs are so dedicated to their craft that it's no wonder Japan ranks second only to France as the country with the most Michelin stars, and is number 1 around the world as the country with the most 3-star Michelin restaurants. Food is incredibly important in their culture, and this is why they have one of the most unique cuisines that is so much more different when you get to experience the real deal. The top 3 things that should go on your list if you plan to do a food crawl are their homegrown matcha tea, a steaming bowl of authentic ramen, which is best experienced in Kyoto or Tokyo's noodle houses, and some Japanese sushi and sashimi. Oh, and don't forget to hoard on their Kit Kats, which come in hundreds of unique flavors that can only be found in Japan. Next up, at number 6, marvelous nature. Although Japan is most visited during the 2 weeks that their cherry blossoms are in full bloom, the country remains magical all year long, whether you're in the breathtaking countryside or its busiest cities. Nature lovers would never run out of places to explore. Hokkaido's forests, hot springs, and ski spots are wondrous tourist destinations. There's also the majestic Mount Fuji and its snow-capped peak, which you can hike to with small or large groups. There are also 100 other volcanoes that you can visit, which are often dotted with natural hot springs or onsen baths that make for a uniquely relaxing experience. If you're looking for something on the colder side, travel a little bit more to the west and you'll fall in love with Japan's legendary snow country. Plus, their crystal clear lakes, scenic glaciers, exotic wildlife, and the list goes on. No wonder Japan has been referred to as the land of postcards. Impressive, aren't they? Well, we're only halfway through the list, and Japan still has so much more to offer. At number 5, remarkable architecture. One way to appreciate Japan's great history is through its spectacular castles, many of which date all the way back to their feudal days. There are a great deal of shrines and temples that make for a rewarding trip. Some areas you're gonna want to explore are Miyajima's Forest, which is home to many religious sites, and 400-year-old Himeji Castle in the little town of Himeji, the 2,000-year-old Grand Issei Shrine in the Mie Prefecture, the must-see 333-meter Tokyo Tower in the Shiba district, and the massive Buddha statue in Kamakura. If you're looking for something wackier, you may want to pay a visit to Kawasaki, which is where you'll find a penis-venerating Kanayama Shrine. And while we're on the topic of wacky at number 4, Japan's weird but wonderful side. No visit to Japan is complete without experiencing its busy and often wacky establishments. The Japanese love their karaoke, so you're bound to find lots of karaoke bars wherever you go. Shopaholics are gonna love Shibuya shopping centers, and trendsetters must take a trip down to Harajuku. If you're into something more traditional, Kyoto is the place to be for their marvelous kimonos and yukatas. Not wacky enough for you? Alright then, how about their anime-themed amusement parks, the Studio Ghibli Museum, maid cafes and cat cafes, Pokemon centers, robot restaurants. Need I mention more? Next to Japan's wacky side, at number 3, their unique and ancient traditions. Japanese culture is as varied and exotic as it can get. The Japanese are amazing at preserving the unique cultural identity that they hold so dearly to themselves. Some prime examples of tradition that you'll want to experience are kabuki, no performances, origami, ukiyo-e, manga, ikebana, shibari, tea ceremonies, sumo, and a visit to the Gion district to witness real-life geishas. At number 2, the activities. Considering everything that we've mentioned on the list so far, one thing's for sure, Japan offers something for everyone. In the mood for an outdoor adventure? Looking for rest and relaxation? Feet itching to go on a shopping spree? Want to witness unique culture and traditions? Or try exotic food? Maybe marvel in nature's wonder? Whew! Regardless of what you're looking for in a travel, Japan's got it covered. That's for sure. But, see, none of this would be possible if not for the number 1 reason Japan is worth a visit. It's amazing people. There are so many stereotypes that are often attached to Japanese people. Secluded, serious, weird, disciplined. Apart from them being disciplined, most of these stereotypes are far from your average Japanese. They are an extremely nice, trusting, and curious people. Although not many of them speak a second language, they love talking to foreigners and helping them out as much as they can. There's a lot to be said about how Japan is one of the most developed countries in the world. With its huge technological advances, impeccable transit system, amazing health system, small criminal rate, and so on, it's like being transported to an entirely different world in there. And really, all of it is thanks to the kind of love and respect that the Japanese people hold for their identity, their surroundings, their country, and the people around them. How about you? Have you ever been to Japan before? Leave us a comment and tell us all about your craziest, most unforgettable experience during that trip. And speaking of trips, why don't you head on over to our channel and check out this other video on 10 amazing facts that you probably didn't know about the Philippines. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications to get front row seats to watch Canon's mind-blowing videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.